Our next movie is a full-length animated feature from acclaimed writer-director Brad Bird of The Simpsons fame. It's based on a children's book by British poet laureate Ted Hughes. The Iron Giant tells the story of a friendship between a young boy and a giant robot. It's set in the late 50s in the small town of Rockwell, Maine, where 9-year-old Hogarth lives with his single mom, a waitress at the local diner. Eli Marienthal voices Hogarth.
You were going to get your pet, honey?
I will, Mom. Right after I finish talking with
Dean.
Dean.
Found your pet.
Where?
It's up my leg, man. Squirrels in my pants, Hogarth. I'm trying not to wig out here.
Don't wig out.
And that was Jennifer Aniston as the mother and Harry Connick Jr. as Dean the Beatnik. And as the voices and animations suggest, Rockwell is as wholesome and normal as its name implies, but it is also filled with detailed, offbeat characters, and none more so than a 50-foot metal-munching robot from outer space who finds a friend in Hogarth.
Put it back! Put it back right now! Help me! I need your help!
Hogarth immediately recognizes the Iron Giant's humanity and attempts to protect him from an evil federal agent who's trying to destroy him.
Strange, he's so tight-lipped now, and the other night he couldn't stop talking. I mean, 100-foot robots and whatnot.
A 100-foot robot? That's nutty.
The film is crisply drawn, sweet without being naive, and it is hip and funny as well. I like what this movie is saying, that people are different and quirky, which is to be respected and valued, that we have choices about who we are, and that the imagination is a powerful tool. None of this is heavy-handed. All of these themes are embedded in a story of friendship that is emotionally satisfying, and it's fun. This is one film that I can recommend for the whole family.
And boy, so can I too. I am a real fan of animation that tries to move in new directions. I love the Disney traditional animated films, but I also like a film like this, which is really telling a story. No little sidekicks, no little songs, no little dancing teacups. This is a story of a boy and this Iron Giant who is kind of like E.T. in a way, and that it's his secret.
In fact, they reference E.T.
Yeah,
with
they
the
do.
finger at a certain point where they touch.
Yeah, and where he's kind of scurrying around, the hand is scurrying around the house and trying to stay out of the way of the... I thought that this film gave a lot of things for people to talk about afterwards, involving destruction and violence and war, and the Iron Giant learning that even though he has these weapons, it's not right for him to use them.
My one little issue at the end of the film was that I was thinking, geez, this anti-violence message coming on a little bit too strong here. And you know, when I really stepped back, I realized it was wholly in keeping with the rest of the cartoon, and it was really subsumed in that larger story about the power of the imagination.
Right. Coming up later in the show, Samuel L. Jackson is a shark fighter in Deep Blue Sea. Coming up next, two brothers who share everything are intrigued by the same woman in Twin Falls, Idaho.